I want to commend the work of the Social Services Committee in respect of the inquiry that they've conducted and the report that they've produced. There have been some excellent contributions in this debate, and I particularly in this regard want to mention those of my colleagues Jacinda Ardern and Rajan Prasad, but also the contribution of Materia Ture. I think the point that she made around the need in this area to stop working from a model where, as she put it, we have to identify them, to one where they have a place to come, is absolutely apposite. And I share her despair when I read that protective parents in a violent relationship need and would welcome parenting programs. Parenting programs are not designed to work within the dynamics of domestic violence, and they won't keep a victim of domestic violence and her, because it is usually her children, safe. In fact, there is a higher chance that they could be put at risk. So the inquiry clearly got great benefit from having heard from the family court. It's obvious from the report at page 37, 38, that the evidence given by the court to the committee was very useful in its deliberations. And what I want to do is just place on record my gratitude to the outgoing Principal Family Court Judge, Peter Bosher, because I've certainly been a member of committees in this House where the judge has, as he clearly did here, come along to the committee, given very frank and helpful evidence about what it's really like at the cliff face, the coal face, however you want to put it, in respect of dealing with the sorts of issues that confronted the committee. The judge, in his time, has done his level best to make that court work, to make it an efficient and effective place from which interventions can occur. I think he'll be missed in his tenure as a judge, but I certainly wish him well in his term at the Law Commission, where I know he will provide excellent advice and support in respect of his areas of expertise. So, having mentioned the family court, I do need, I think, to touch on the recent changes that the government has announced to that court, because while some of them are positive, the focus on mediation, the attempts to streamline the system, to end the requirement to have representation where maybe that's not necessary, but to allow the parties to get quickly to the nub of a dispute, all those things are positive. And I've said that publicly. What isn't positive is the attempt to introduce new charges in order to access the court, and the ending of free counselling services, because those counselling services at the moment are a hugely important safety valve. And the ability to access 6 funded counselling sessions, I know, has been an extraordinarily helpful thing for families who are in trouble, including families who face issues around violence, care and protection orders, and the other sorts of matters that are touched on by this report. It is of real concern that we are changing the rules of access to the family court, and in the rush to save costs, we are going to really have to take great care that we don't simply perpetuate many of the problems that are referred to in the report. In this regard, sir, I'm particularly concerned that while there was evidence given to the report around the utility of increasing youth advocates, we're actually seeing that service being cut. We're seeing, as I've said, cuts to the free access to the family court, the elimination of free counselling, the new fees that are being brought in. And then, of course, there's the likelihood of coming announcement around court closures around the country. These are the sorts of services dealt with in the report that aren't amenable to video conferencing. So, sir, if we don't get all that right, we're simply going to be spending more money in the corrections and health budgets. That's certainly not something I want to see. We have to get this area of service right, including in the family court and the court's budget.
Speaker.
John Yang.
I would like to commend the